Hi everyone, welcome back to Metalens Academy. In our last session, we talked about how a movie builds a single solid world with its own internal logic. If you haven't seen that episode yet, you can click the link right here to catch up. But today we're going to break that world into pieces. Now that we have started bridging the gap between heavy film theory and the movies we actually love, it's time to move into something even more mind-bending. Today, we're decoding parallel universes. It's the ultimate what if of storytelling. I'm Fatima Ahmadi, and let's cross this bridge together. The scary thing about the multiverse isn't the monsters or the complex physics. That's the idea that there are thousands of versions of you out there right now. In the movie Coherence, we see this in its most terrifying form. Why do these worlds even appear? In the film, it's all triggered by a passing comet. It acts like a cosmic glitch that turns a simple dinner party into a living nightmare of quantum decoherence. The moment the characters step out into that dark zone between houses, reality just snaps. They become like those quantum particles existing in every possible state at once. When they go back inside, they aren't going back to their house. They are falling into one of a million possible versions of it. It's a peek into our deepest fears. How easily can our self shatter when the lights go out? Think about it. For a physicist, a particle being in two places at once is just a fascinating piece of data. But for us, seeing another you standing there in the dark, living the life you failed to have, that's not science anymore. That's a haunting. Science gives us the data, but cinema gives us the nightmare. Okay, let's talk about the big academic world, branching narratives. In a normal movie, there is only one reality, but in a parallel universe story, we deal with these branches, where one single decision splits the world into two separate paths. Take the classic sliding doors. It's the perfect example of branching narratives. The only way we know which timeline we are watching is by looking at the main character's head. That's what we call visual cue. It's a simple filmmaking trick that marks the boundary between reality A and its alternative reality. This is how we translate a complex, heavy term into a single, understandable shot. But where does this all come from? It's not just imagination. Cinema loves science. The scientific data became a perfect fuel for art. It allowed us to turn complicated math into emotional stories about regret, hope, and the path we didn't take. Science provided the logic, and cinema provided the soul. As a creator, you're using the laws of universe to play with the hearts of your audience. You're making them doubt their own eyes. We have two master classes here. First, everything everywhere all at once. This film uses different aspects, ratios, and colors to help us navigate hundreds of worlds, from hot dog fingers to being a bug. This constant shifting creates a sense of ontological instability. We start to ask, which version of Evelyn is the real one? Which world is the anchor? And then we have Dark, which uses a complex web of family trees and timelines to show how parallel worlds are interconnected. It proves that even in total chaos, the internal logic of the world must stay strong for us to care. Whether it's a visual explosion or a dark mystery, the rules must be solid. There's so many amazing examples of this theme that we can simply cover them all here. But I'm sure you have your own favorites too. My goal is that next time you hear a heavy academic term, you don't feel bored. I want you to feel empowered knowing that you hold the key to these hidden narrative worlds. Here is the real meta question for you. Think about one small decision you made today. Maybe choosing tea over coffee or taking a different route home. If that choice created a branching narrative, what would be the visual cue that tells us we are in your alternative reality? Describe your parallel world in the comments. I'm so excited to see your ideas. Don't forget to subscribe to Metalens Academy. And as always, see cinema through Metalens. Stay with me.